What's going on, folks? How's everybody doing on this illustrious Friday? What's popping? It's your dog Toddy checking in with a live stream on y'all asses. The day after the first round of the draft, right? Sorry being a little bit late, but it's so funny how stuff happen, right? You know what I'm saying? It's so funny how stuff happen. Sorry I'm late, and you know what? I was actually on time. I was on time. I came sat down, lit my cigar up, got my little, protein drink. I was ready. I'm sitting looking at the clock like, yeah, boy, it's about 4 o'clock. I'm about to go in. I was ready. Then the Falcons slipped me. The Falcons slipped me a Mickey. I came to talk about the number 8 pick, Bijan Robinson, and them jokers show a press conference welcoming Bijan to Atlanta during the time I'm supposed to come on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, I'm about to make a live stream talking about Bijan, and here he is doing his press conference. So I had to sit and watch the press conference, of course. I was like, shoot, fall in line. I had to sit and watch the press conference. Now, my thoughts from the press conference, he comes off as a very positive young man, very well spoken young man, very upbeat young man. Said all the right things. And one thing that struck me, and I read this on I forgot who it was, but somebody on Twitter when they was at the combine, they ran into Bijan, right? And they tweeted like how how he smiled a lot. Like, man, this guy just always smiling. And then Bijan today on his press conference that just went off, he said I smile about 85% of the time. And he had like a smile on his face pretty much that entire press conference. So he sounds like a pretty, or he comes off as a pretty level-headed young man, you know. So I can see how that could sell, how he and that personality and his approach, the things he says, his perspective. He seems to have good head on his shoulders. So I could see how appealing that would be to the Falcons or any other NFL team. Because at the end of the day, he is an employee at the end of the day. So I could see how appealing that was about him, his personality traits. He just seems like a fine young man who's very positive. That was the initial thoughts. As I'm watching the press conference, I'm like, man, this guy's well spoken. He's saying all the right things. And he spoke about being positive during his press conference. Then he also spoke about playing for the Falcons a little league team or rec center team when he was a kid, and how they were still still all the Falcons slogans and whatnot. So I just had to fall in line. I had to watch that, right? I had to check it out, see what the newest Dirty Bird was talking about. See what he was talking about. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, here I am about to go on live and talk about, I don't even like the pick. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm sitting here watching this young man just saying all the right thing, smiling and everything like that. I done got slipped to Mickey. You know what I mean? But let's see who checking in so far, man. What's up with everybody going on? What's happening, man? Let's do the check-ins real quick. Like, we got Alberto in from 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Y'all make sure to click on the profile and subscribe to the brother's channel. He says, Tidy man, I myself have those mixed feelings, but I have to support the squad. This draft had value in later rounds. Some running backs offered same quality as Bijan. No doubt, no doubt. Always in support of the team. And like I look at this like a grace period. You know. Damn, I forgot to put my phone on charge. I look at this like a grace period, after the Falcons make a pick, whether you like it or you dislike it, you give yourself a good 48 hours, maybe even up to 2 weeks to tell everybody or express your displeasure about the pick or in the the opposite sense. Tell everybody how much you love the pick. You know, like I said, this is just a grace period right here. As much as I dislike the actual pick, not the player, the pick. Um, as much as I dislike the pick, once training camp comes around and it's time to start playing these games. Hey, I'm supporting everybody on the roster, everybody on the team. We got my boy Millie Mills checking in the building. What's up with you, Millie? Says Title, what's up? All right, so Bijan gives us another weapon on offense. Today we need to focus on defense. I agree with you, bro. I definitely agree. I hope we address the quarterback position today. That's my hope. My guy Frankie checking in says, I'm in here. Let's go. Let's get it, Frankie. We got Jimmy Wayne Hall in here checking in. What's going on with you, Jimmy? How's it going? Facebook user checking in with a big A. Hey, what's happening, Facebook user? Facebook user said, I wonder who we tried to trade up for. They say Stetson Bennett, man. They say they want to get Big Stet Dog in here in Atlanta, man. They say it was Big Stet Dog, Big Stetson Bennett. I don't know who it was, man. All BS aside, I had no idea who it was. I heard some people say Nolan Smith, but who knows? Who knows when it comes to the Falcons when you talking about drafting? Who effing knows when it comes to this team, man? Who knows? Who knows? Let's go, Facebook user. Let's go. Eric Parker's in the building. So what's up, Ty? I'm excited, somewhat disappointed, but I think Atlanta will be dangerous. I hope so. We can only hope, man. That's all we can do. We can only hope. That's all we can do. Only hope. Hopefully we draft another beast tonight. Let's hope so. Once again, staying on that hope train. I definitely hope so. Definitely hope so. Rusty's in the building. What's up, Rusty? Look at it this way. With all these weapons, we should find out real quick whether Dez is the solution at quarterback. If he can't ball out with these weapons, that is true. And then that leads us down another path of destruction. If Desmond Ritter isn't the guy, if he can't produce, man, that really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Once again, third round quarterback. That should not surprise that one person if he can't produce. But then now you down another path of like, why is this your plan? And if he can't produce, then you got to go to Taylor Heineke. Now I think Taylor Heineke can step in and win some games, but I don't think Taylor Heineke can be consistently good enough to keep your head above the water. Like sometimes when we talk about running backs, we say we have a change of pace back. I think Taylor Heineke is a change of pace quarterback. If opposing defenders or opposing defensive coordinators have been scouting your starting quarterback, scouting, they got all the notes on him, and something happens, you got to bring Taylor in. I think Taylor can come in and get you 2, maybe 3 wins. But around his 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th consecutive start, when it's time for his consistency to be a key, I think that's where you're going to run into some problems with Taylor Heineke. But we'll see, man. We're gonna see it. It's a lot on the line this year. It's a lot on the line. Speaking of Desmond Ritter, what are y'all expectations for Ritter this year? We're gonna definitely talk about Bijan and how great or how bad the pick was, but what's Ritter's expectations? Are you expecting Ritter to come in and throw for 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, below double digit interceptions? Like what do we expect from Ritter? Can we will it be fair to Ritter if we are extra critical of him if he isn't producing as a lot of us would like? Would it be fair to be real critical of him, being that you can kind of still, I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, you could kind of still look at this as Ritter's rookie season. He only had 4 starts. You know what I mean? And every snap helps in his maturity phase. But the last two of those last 2 games, I call them gimme games because that's really what they were. But like, what are y'all expectations for Ritter? Have we took his training wheels off now and he plays bad? We just gonna, y'all know how we do. Well, if he plays bad, are we gonna just give it to him? You know what I'm saying? Or we gotta hit him with kid gloves, like, he's still a baby. Gotta give him more time. So, what's the expectations for Ritter? Interested to know. My guy Tobias Bolden is in the building. What's up with you, bro? How's it going? Front and center for this one. What's happening, man? Um, Dravius A. Card is in the building. Says I think that guy was already selected, which meant going after their second guy. I'm cool with it. There are other picks to have. Who do you think their main guy was? So she said he was already gone. Who do you really think they wanted? It sounds like to me that you're saying Bijan was playing B. So who do you think their first guy was? Tobias says real quick. I thought y'all want to build a team, then get our quarterback, and not the other way around. I don't know if you're talking to me or maybe you're talking to somebody in the comments, but like for me, I never, I mean, I've seen like people talk like specifically in our group to bias when they say, well, this is how you build a team. You do it this way, then you get the quarterback. And I've seen some people say, well, you get the quarterback, then you build around him. Like for me, I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's like any scientific way, like this is how you build a team. I think a lot of that is really timing. I think a lot of it is timing. Let's look back when Trevor Lawrence got drafted to Jacksonville. Because some people will say, well, you don't get the quarterback first. You build a team, then you get the quarterback. Well, who in their right mind wasn't gonna draft Trevor Lawrence? Who in their right mind was gonna draft Trevor Lawrence? You know what I'm saying? Even though your quote unquote team wasn't necessarily built then because you were drafting first, you had the first pick in the draft. So obviously your team was not built. But they drafted Trevor. They were bad his rookie year. And second year, the light came on for Trevor Lawrence. He had for a second year player, he had a great season, you know, and that propelled them to get into the playoffs, you know. So I don't know. Like for me, there's never been like this blueprint that you got to follow. I think it's really just all about timing. You know, where you drafting at? Are you willing to trade up? Are you willing to trade down? You know, it's just all about timing to me. You can look at the Pat Mahomes thing. If if that was the Falcons, just how we was moving, the Falcons probably wouldn't have drafted Pat Mahomes at 10 when Andy Reid drafted him. The Falcons would have probably just been content winning 10 games, winning 11 games, going to the playoffs. Well, let's just keep putting weapons around the quarterback. Let's just keep putting weapons around the quarterback until he falls totally off a bridge. Because that's what we did with Matt Ryan. We just kept adding weapons around him. Let's add a wide receiver here, add a tight end here, add a running back here, add some linemen here. So the Falcons would have been content just winning those 10 games, going to the playoffs, getting knocked out the first round. I don't think the Falcons would have took a quarterback at that point that they did. But Kansas City, like, man, shoot, we like this guy Mahomes, so let's get him now. Even though Alex Smith is still doing a sufficient job for us. So it's so many variables there, and it's really just all opinion. You know, variables, opinions, luck. I think all that plays a part in it. So for me, there's just really been no scientific way to build a team. My personal opinion, I do feel like when you have a time to get a potential franchise changing quarterback, you take it. Unless you already got one, and you know he's still playing very good or playing great. He is like old. But anytime you got to, in my opinion, anytime you got a chance to get a franchise changing quarterback and you don't have one now, you jump on it. They're just that the quarterback is just that important to the game when it comes to winning and losses. Don, what's up, bro? Says definitely have some mixed feelings about the pick, brother. Definitely too high of a pick. Pick title, but let's ride and support Bijan. Yeah, like I said earlier, Don. When we get to that point, because I'm in my processing period, you know, as far as me just processing the pick in my head, and you know, and getting out my opinion about the pick. But like we're in April now, so once we get June, July, them hot Georgia months, when you got your camps, training camps, preseason about to start in end of the summer, yeah, you're gonna have my support. Anybody on the team gonna always have my support because you know I'm a Falcons fan. I don't want nobody to do bad. I don't want nobody to fail. But at the same time, I will voice like my displeasure about the pick while it's still fresh. While that time is still here. And then when it's time to go into fanboy mode and the Falcons can do no wrong mode, I'll be in that mode as well. Facebook user said, I'm not sure if my cousin's in this group, but shout out to Eileen Sue Williams, biggest Falcons fan I know. She got to meet Commissioner yesterday and Bijan earlier today. So shout out to Eileen Sue Williams. She got to meet Godell and she got to meet the newest Falcon, Bijan Robinson. So shout out to you, Sue Williams. This comes up at Facebook user, but your cousin wants to make sure to show you some love. So he's showing you some love. So once again, shout out to Sue Williams. Franklin said I watched it too. Yeah, I had to watch the press conference, man. What's up, Kelly? How you doing, bro? Said the press conference pissed me off. Why you say that, Kelly? Why you said it pissed you off? Facebook user, she even got to meet Jalen Carter. Okay, interesting. She got to meet the 8th and the 9th pick in the draft, and their career is going to be compared by us Falcons fans. Who's going to have a better career, and that's probably going to be something else we can debate for years to come. Just like the Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields thing. We'll see how that plays out here also. Frankie says, seems like a stand-up guy. Yeah, he does seem like a stand-up guy, man. Seems like a nice kid. Seems like the type of kid that you want your daughter to go to the prom with. Seems like a very, very nice young man. I was very impressed watching the press conference. I will say that. Eddie Thompson says, I'm cool with the pick now. I see what we're trying to do. He's a damn near a can't miss. Plus, we can put Patterson at wide receiver too. I do anticipate that Patterson will be playing more in the slot. I guess we'll classify that. And I saw somewhere that they when they met with Bijan, when I say they, the Falcons met with him, and they talked about having him play in the slot a lot also, or a good bit. But we'll see how that goes. They could have just been selling themselves to him and him selling themselves to them. But we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. We got John Brooks checking in. What's happening with you, John? Says, what's up, Toddy? What's cracking? What's popping, bro? I agree with you. I'm not going too gaga over Bijan. I'm not going gaga over the pick right now either, John. Like I say, man, this is just a grace period, John. John, don't let these people fool you, man. Like if we wanted to voice our displeasure, John, that we don't like the pick, we gonna say it. Hey, John, don't let these people try to manipulate you and try to fan shame you. I think I just created a new term, fan shaming, because it'd be a lot of fan shaming going on within the Atlanta Falcons fan base. If you don't like some people try to fan shame you, oh, you a fake fan, you ain't no real fan, y'all stop crying, y'all blah blah blah. Bro, we are Falcons fans. We have endured a lot, being a fan of this team. So, my brother John, don't let these people fan shame you or try to manipulate your opinion. Like if you want to voice your displeasure, John, like you ain't feeling the pick, we should have did this. By all means, brother, put it out there in the atmosphere. Because believe you me, I'm going to put my opinion out there. And I really don't care if anybody like it or not, to be totally honest with you. I'm not trying to be an asshole when I say that. But I'm never going to mute how I feel about this team. Because I done paid my dues, I feel like. I really done paid my dues with the Falcons. 40 years worth of fandom. Done spent a shitload of money with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I done paid my dues. I don't feel like I done paid my dues. Been to my fair share of games. Been to every single home stadium that they played in. Fulton County, Georgia Dome, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Even when they played an exhibition game here back in 1989, Deion Sanders' rookie year in Macon, Georgia at Henderson Stadium, I was there. I've been to different states, at different stadiums following this team. So I feel like I done paid my dues. So if I want to come, for the next day or two and say, look, I don't like the fucking pick, I'm going to say it, John. Like, can't nobody fan shame me. Can't nobody fan shame me. People be trying it. and I see stuff that people say and they write the comments that they reply to me. I don't be caring. And like for people who really know me good by now, y'all should know that I'll be caring. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Yeah, I'm gonna say what I want to say. Now it's up to you if you want to listen to it or pay it any attention. That's your prerogative, but you're not gonna shut me up. If I don't like something, if I don't like the pick, I'm gonna tell you I don't like it. I don't like it. So, John, don't feel bad, man. Don't let these people fan shame you. I can never be fan shamed by nobody. Nobody can never fan shame me. You can try all you want to, but it'll never happen in a million years. So, John, speak your mind, brother. If you don't like it, speak your mind. This is the time to put everything on the table. If you don't like the pick, if you don't like the direction of the franchise, man, we got all the right in the world to say it. We Falcons fans. We Falcons fans. We got 5 consecutive losing seasons with this team. And really one thing that I try to point out, like the Super Bowl gave us a false sense of security. Because you had 2016, 2017 where we had winning seasons, but before that, we were losing. I think we've only had like 2 winning seasons in 10 years. So when fans start voicing their displeasures, their frustrations, their disappointments, you can't get upset at these people. You can't. That's the team that we root for, the Falcons. So it is what it is. Facebook user said he has great character. It does seem that way. Winston says, what's going on? What's happening with you, Winston? How you doing, bro? Told y'all Bijan was going to be the pick. Excited to see him in the offense. I never said he wasn't going to be the pick. My opinion was always it's a dumb pick if we take him. You know, I even made a video before the draft saying it looked like Bijan was going to be the pick. You know, and that's just the thing when I'm talking about the Falcons. You know, like the Falcons have decades and decades of bad decisions. I mean, decades of bad decisions. And that goes back to what I was just telling John about fan shaming. Like, there be people who just really be feeling some kind of way when you question the franchise. Like, they hadn't made decades worth of effed up decisions. Just decades of bad decisions. I say it all the time. We statistically the 3rd worst franchise in NFL history. We ain't got no Super Bowls. Statistically, Tampa Bay, in terms of winning percentages, is below us, but they got 2 Super Bowls, so they automatically jump us. So when people question the Falcons and the direction of the team and the decisions they make, it's warranted. This is like somebody in the group today. They was telling me, well, you know, what did he say? He said, well, you know, Terry has proven himself that he know what he's doing. I'm like, Terry has done what? Yeah, Terry has proven himself. How? How has Terry? I'm just like, bro, how Terry proved? Terry got a 14-20 record as a general manager. How has he proven anything? He is 14-20 as a general manager. How has he proven anything? Well, you know, we did these signings and free agents. I'm like, bro, I could have spent somebody else's money. I'm for real. If Arthur Blank give me $80 million and say, hey, go buy some players, I could do that. I'm not taking that away from Terry, but I'm just saying, just because you go spend money, you ain't proving nothing. I mean, you was able to go out there and spend another man's money. I'm telling y'all right now, any one of y'all throw me $2,000, say, hey, bro, go spend this money on something good. I can do it. I promise you I can do it. I promise you. If anybody want to test that theory, I will give you my cash up, shoot me about 2-3 racks. I bet you I'll come back with something. So I'm like, proving what? Terry is unproven. Arthur Smith is unproven. Neither one of them have proven to be a success in their current position. Now, if you want to say Arthur Smith was a successful offensive coordinator, all right, you might got an argument. But as a head coach, he's 14-20. Now, if you want to say Terry Fontenot was a very successful scout, okay, you got an argument. You know, you can stand on that. But as a general manager, he's 14-20. Everybody talk like Thomas Dimitroff is the worst thing to ever come to the city of Atlanta. But when Dimitroff came in, he was winning. Period. Dimitroff came in, he got some free agents, made some draft picks. He came in winning. We still went on Terry to win. Now you can say I got confidence in him, that's fine. But when you start saying, well, he's proven himself, proven what? Proven where? What? Tobias says they love him also because of his high character. I see that. I could see that. I could definitely see that just listening to him talk. Jimmy says Bijan today allows us to use Patterson more as a receiving option as well as Bijan power and gives us 12 punch for a few years. I really do think that it will help out the offense, of course, because he's a great player. But I just don't drafting the running back at number 8 in the draft for a team once again with 5 consecutive losing seasons. I just don't think that that's a good pick in terms of value. I think he's a fantastic player personally, but I don't see the value in that pick. I really don't. At number 8, when you're talking about a position that has a 3 to 5 year shelf life, you know, if we get Bijan Robinson to year 6 and he's still like very good or elite level, we could consider ourselves very, very lucky in today's NFL. And the numbers prove that. And the other tricky thing about it, if he gets to year 6 and he's still at a very good or elite level and we sign him to a second contract, that's going to be almost something that's not even supposed to happen based on how the NFL system is set up for running backs. The second year for running backs contracts are very, very tricky because it's a low value position, and then the running back, they want to get a lot of money. So a lot of teams, they kind of just start pushing them out. Now, for the most part, Derrick Henry did very good on his second contract. But again, Derrick Henry was a second round draft pick also. So he didn't come into the league making top 8 draft pick money. But like these guys at the top, Saquon Barkley, you know, the Giants don't really want to, you know, they don't really want to pay him. They don't really want to pay him. Cowboys didn't really want to pay Zeke. And I guarantee you, if they could do it all over again, they wouldn't have gave Zeke that contract. So that's all. That's everything I'm looking at, man, when I'm looking at this pick. I think the player is a great player, but the pick, where he was drafted at, that's the issue I have. Because if I'm picking at the top 8, to me, if you pick it at the top 8, you got to be drafting with a frame of mind that this guy going to get at least a minimum of 2 contracts for me, and at the very minimum, he's going to be here for 8 years. How often do you get that real production from a running back for 8 years? It don't happen often. But we'll see. We'll see. Facebook says, Bijan's a professional. I'm sold after the press conference. Facebook user says, what's up, family? I was watching the same thing like the Kid Energy. I didn't want him, but he is the only player the Falcons can market for season tickets, Toddy. He has to legit be March Falk 2.0 to be worth the 8th pick in the draft. I totally agree with you on that. Totally agree. You got to be from that Marshall Falk pedigree, man. Definitely agree with you on that to make it worth the number 8 pick. Eddie Thompson says, I love the kid. He made a lot of good vibes with a lot of people that root for the Falcons with the press conference today. You know what I'm saying? I was very impressed on just hearing him talk. Sound like got a great head on his shoulders. Winston says he wore 8 his first year, then won the next. Kismet. Our money checking in. What's up? Our money? How you doing today, bro? Facebook users, what's up, Todd? I have to watch the presser later. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on the Falcons YouTube page. What's that in the Facebook user? John says, don't we have 5 backs already? Something like that. Something like that. Speaking of the backs we got, John, I mean, let's go ahead and start, digging into this. Let's go ahead and start digging into this. Let's look at the backs. John say, don't we got 5 backs already? Well, let's take a look. Let's look and see. Give me just a second. Let's take a look and see what we got here. What do we have here? Let's take a look at this real quick. What do we have? All right. I thought I had another camera option. There we go. There it is. All right. So this is our running back stats from last year that we are now looking at, right? Of course, Tyler last year was our leading rusher, 5th round draft pick. Tyler only played in 16 games. Tyler only started in 6 or 7 games. So to answer John's question, how many backs we had on the roster prior to drafting Bijan? We had 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna count Avery Williams because I guess I gotta count him because he did play running back. 3 or 4, depending on if you want to count Avery Williams. Yeah, 3 or 4. Let's look at their numbers, y'all. Let's just look at how efficient we were running the ball. Tyler last year averaged 4.9 yards per carry. Cordero Patterson, 4.8 yards per carry. And everybody talk like Cordero just fell off the map last year. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm seeing that narrative with people who want to prop up the Bijan Robinson draft pick. Now everybody kind of like they shitting on Cordero. Oh, well, Cordero injury prone. He can't stay healthy, blah, blah, blah. Cordero played in 13 games. He played in 13 games. And he had 8 rushing touchdowns. He played in 13 games. He gave us 695 rushing yards. He averaged 4.8 yards per carry. Marcus Mariota averaged 5.2 yards per carry. Caleb Huntley, that's John Harris' boy. John Harris said Caleb Huntley showed everybody how to run behind this line. Caleb Huntley averaged 4.8 yards per carry. Avery Williams averaged 5 yards per carry. So the guys who touched the ball quite a bit, they all average 4.8 yards per carry or better. Running the ball was not the problem area for the Falcons. To be frank, we probably ran the ball too damn much. Because we really couldn't pass it like we needed to pass it. You had Mariota back there. Then when you bench him, you had Desmond Ridder there. And the thing about Ridder, since we was already out the playoffs, Arthur Smith was really trying to build his confidence up, gave him a lot of short to intermediate passes where he didn't have to challenge the defense or make a lot of complex decisions. So he was really just building that kid's confidence up. Let me build your confidence up, get your stats right and all that stuff, But running the ball wasn't the issue. Look at that. Everybody had big boy numbers in regards to your efficiency. Look at the yards per carry. As a team, we averaged 4.9 yards per carry as a team. As a team, we averaged 4.9 yards per carry. Running the ball wasn't the problem. Now, passing offense, pretty much dead last. And I don't know. Fontenot, Arthur Smith, like you come here to kickstart a rebuild, right? A rebuild. The number 4 pick of the first year to rebuild, you take a pass catching tight end. You take a pass catching tight end, the number 4 pick, right? First time in history, the Falcons did it, of course. You took a pass catching tight end. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck they doing, yo? And this is what people told me. I said this last night, but you know what? People, when I was saying, just like I was saying, man, we don't need to get Bijan at number 8, y'all. This is why. And like right before the Kyle Pitts draft, I was telling her, man, you don't need to draft Kyle Pitts at 4. This is why. You know what people were telling me? Well, Toddy, we suck in the red zone, dog. We can't score in the red zone. Have you seen Kyle Pitts tape? Go watch the tape. I seen this damn tape. Yeah, I seen the tape. My team playing SEC. But anyway, but Toddy, he a touchdown. He's a unicorn, Toddy. He's a unicorn / generational player / created player on Madden / He-Man. So he gonna come in his rookie year. He gonna catch 17 touchdowns like Randy Moss. And we never gonna have any red zone woes again. Forever. Forever, ever. Like Andre 3000. Ever. That's what they told me, right? That's what they sold me on. Or that's what they were trying to sell. Man, red zone machine, touchdown machine. Y'all like Julio, but Julio can't score. This guy can score. I'm like, for real? Yeah. Look at all them touchdowns he had at Florida. But may I add, that was a COVID year. And probably 70% of those touchdowns was against very inferior talent. Go back and do the research. But anyway, that's what they told me. Yeah, man, this man gonna score like 35 touchdowns the first 2 years of his career, and then you will see why we got it. I said, well, okay then, player. I'm gonna sit back and watch. But if it don't happen, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna come back and tell y'all sold me some BS. But I'm gonna sit back and watch, player. Go ahead and get him. So the Falcons drafted him at number 4. Year 1, he got 1 touchdown. And I'm sitting here like, well, what the F? They told me he was a touchdown magnet. Like you couldn't go wrong with him because he was gonna score so many touchdowns in the red zone. All your red zone woes are gonna be all over because that's all Kyle Pitts know how to do is score touchdowns. 1 touchdown later at his rookie year. But now, and I'm riding with Pitts now. Pitts my dog. Pitts is my boy. I'm riding with him. He on the team. I'm cool with it now. But I'm just painting this picture for y'all of these narratives. But after the rookie year, when the touchdowns didn't come, the narrative changed. Well, he had 1,000 yards. He set a rookie tight end record. Yeah, playing wide receiver. He set that record playing wide receiver. Great for him. Great accomplishment for him as a rookie. But the numbers, the numbers in the accomplishment is actually skewed a little bit if we're going to keep it 100. Kyle Pitts split out wide 74% of the time. So that record was set playing wide receiver. You just got credit for being a tight end. And now, since those people who sold me on him being a touchdown machine, now that that's not happening, now they'll come back and tell me how many yards he had as a rookie. Okay, 1,026 yards receiving by Kyle Pitts his rookie year. Divide that by 17, that gives you 60 yards a game. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. For a rookie, that's good. But overall, 60 yards a game receiving, that's what that is. That's 60 yards a game with 1 touchdown. That's your number 4 pick, though. Now, if I drafted him 13th, 14th, or second round or third round, I'm like, yeah, boy, we did look. Yeah, we did. That's the number 4 pick now. 60 yards a game with 1 touchdown. And people be telling me Terry proving himself. How? 60 yards per game with 1 touchdown, but y'all sold him to us being a touchdown magnet. That's what was sold to us. Second year, and this is what Matt Ryan. This is what Matt Ryan is quarterback. And these same people still telling me that all Matt Ryan needed was Kyle Pitts at the time. You know, same people didn't want to admit to themselves that Matt Ryan was washed. They don't want to admit to themselves that Matt Ryan was washed. He was washed up. All he needed was Kyle Pitts. There was a match made in heaven. So that year, Matt Ryan barely throws 20 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts only catch 1 touchdown. And I'm sitting here like, man, I told y'all. That's what I'm saying to myself. I told them fools. What the deal was. I told them. Year 2. Matt Ryan gone. Now you got Mariota. Now my generational rookie unicorn / stallion / He-Man / Mr. Universe, my unicorn that y'all sold me, my touchdown machine. Because before the draft, that's all y'all was Kyle Pitts. Woo, Kyle. We don't need no quarterback. Stop talking about damn quarterback all the damn time. We don't need no quarterback. We're going to get Kyle Pitts. I remember. I don't forget. I remember what was sold to me and what was told to me. I remember what was sold to me and what was told to me. So year 2, okay. Let's see what the stallion do. The generational unicorn with the halo. Let's see what he do year 2. Since he averaged 60 yards per game as a rookie with 1 touchdown, which y'all told me he was gonna just come and break all kind of touchdown records for the man. He gonna catch more touchdowns than Randy Moss, bro. Watch what I tell you, dog. Watch it. Okay, let's see what year 2 do. Year 2, I watched this guy get turned to a decoy. I watched the pass catching tight end get turned to a decoy and become a downfield blocker. Some shit he can't even do. I probably can go in there and block Ben Kyle Pitts. Okay, I'm BSing now. But you get the point. I watched my generation, my little pony tight end unicorn. I watched my generational He-Man unicorn get turned to a decoy because the offense changed. The scheme changed. So he got turned to a decoy. And okay, you really hit a block now, bro. And be a decoy. But wait a minute. That's the 4th pick of the draft. You could have got this same production in round 4 or 5. You could have got this. This is the 4th pick of the NFL draft. This is fucking prime fucking real estate, people. This ain't a 3rd round pick from Sanford or a 6th round pick from Albany State. This is the 4th pick in the draft. Relegated to decoy and downfield blocking duty. Now, 2 years later, and we won't even get into like his stats as a decoy last year. Because boy, I'm telling you, I felt sorry for Kyle Pitts. Just like y'all do, I'm watching these games. One thing about me though, I will start looking at body language. I saw his body language. I saw in his face he was visibly frustrated. Almost like you can see on his body, like, bro, they brought me here to be a blocker. Really, Atlanta? Really, Coach Smith? Y'all brought me here to be a blocker? That's what I saw on his face a lot of games. Like, dog, they brought me here to be a blocker, man. But he couldn't come out and say it. But I saw it all. He didn't have to say it. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say a word. It was written all over his face. I seen it. He didn't have to say it. I saw it. decoy, fourth pick, pony, generational, unicorn, icon, whatever y'all was calling him. And it's just amazing me how everybody get this generational player tag before they even play in NFL. That's some new internet shit. We weren't calling Randy Moss dead until he started making plays in the league that nobody else could make. We didn't start calling prime time generational talent till he got into the NFL and was making plays that nobody else could make. We didn't start calling Barry Sanders a generational running back till he got in the NFL, started making plays nobody else could make. But now in the internet world, you ain't got to play in the NFL before everybody start dubbing you a generational talent. So if that's what y'all gonna call these players, if y'all gonna use as your rationale to bring them the flowery branch, I'm gonna stick it to them, stick it to you when it don't blossom that way. So my generational unicorn, He-Man, stallion horse, yeah. 2 years, 3 touchdowns. 2 years, 3. Y'all was telling me he would get that every game. Y'all tell me, Todd, he gonna get 3 touchdowns a game. Why you tripping? 3 touchdowns, 2 years. My unicorn. But Terry has proven himself, right? Terry has proven himself. And I ain't gonna even go to having us starting the season with a 3rd round quarterback. We'll say that one for later. Because we on something else right now. But yeah, you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. But I remember these same people was trying to sell us all on Kyle Pitts because of this generational thing that can't nobody prove till you actually get in the NFL and play. But since we're on the internet now, and everybody want to be using these generational athlete. Yeah, in fucking college. That don't mean you're going to translate to the NFL. Ask Kyle Pitts. And then, like, when Kyle Pitts didn't have these great numbers his second season, when I be like, y'all remember y'all told me, what's up with Kyle? Well, shoot, it's Mariota's fault. That's what they tell me now, y'all. It's Mariota's fault. It's Mariota's fault. I'm like, how is it Mariota's fault? Well, you know Mariota can't throw the foot. It's Mariota's fault. How he got here? Did Mariota sign himself? Like Gucci Man used to say, sign yourself. Did Mariota sign himself here? How did he get here? How did he become the starter? How is it Mariota's fault? How is it Mariota's fault that you're a coach? That you're a coach. How is it Mariota's fault that your coach drafted a pass-catching tight end at number 4 and then decide he going to have a running offense the second year? How is that Mariota's fault? How is that Mariota's fault? That your coach took a pass-catching tight end and then the second year decided, well, I just want to run the ball 60% of the time. How is that Mariota's fault? How is that Mariota's fault? Is that Mariota's fault or is that our front office fault? We knew who Mariota was before we got him. You can't blame that on Mariota. How is it Mariota's fault? How? I mean, how's it Mariota's fault? Everybody want to blame that on Mario. How? I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's what we have. Spent the number 4 pick on a guy who's given us 3 touchdowns in 2 years. And what's the other tight end name? Pruitt? McCole Pruitt? Didn't he get like 4 last year? Didn't he get like 4? Value. That's why I didn't like the Bijan pick at 8 is value. Is a pass catching tight end who can't block. Is he really valuable enough to take at 4? A position that relies on another position to succeed or to fail. A pass rusher can pass rush. A pass rusher don't necessarily have to depend on anybody else to get sacks. He can just go get a sack. You can piss a pass rush off and he's like, man, fuck you. I'm about to run through you and go get this quarterback. Bam. A tight end can't get mad and run down the field and catch a touchdown without help. He can't throw it and catch it. But it's our team though. Then we go. We take Drake London, number 8 in the draft. So we take one pass catch at 4. Then we do the Michael Jackson. Don't stop till you get enough. Don't stop till you get enough. Then we come back. We get Drake London at 8. Didn't like that pick either. I'm like, are we not rebuilding or we in now? Which one is it? Because they drafting like they ain't win now. They drafting like we just lost in the division round of the playoffs. They drafting like we just lost in a NFC championship game. They're not drafting like we starting over. So which is win now? Okay. So if we ain't win now, I don't want you fans, you fellow Falcons fans, to tell me, well, we overachieved after the season when we don't win but 7 games. Oh, well, we overachieved. Well, which is it? Well, yeah, we overachieved. Then they'll say, well, they said, everybody said we weren't going to win but 2 games. Everybody didn't say that. Stop it. Everybody said the Falcons weren't going to win but 2 games. We showed them we won 7. Everybody didn't say that. Did some people say that? Yeah, but did everybody say that? Hell no. I seen just as many people in the media saying the Falcons would surprise some people. I seen just as many people in the media saying the Falcons could sneak their way in the playoffs. There are some clips from ESPN saying that last year. The Falcons could be a team that you got to worry about. The ultimate litmus test to me when you talk about win-losses is what does Vegas say? What the betting line say? What does the betting line say? That's why the NFL that's why they put out an injury report before every game. It's for Vegas. So what do the Vegas guys say? That's the win-loss I look at when they be talking about they said we gonna win but 2 games. Well, they said we gonna win but 2 games. 2021, Vegas had us at 4.5 games. No, my bad. 2021, Vegas said we would win 7 games, and we won 7 games. 2022, Vegas said we would win 4.5 games, and we won 7 games. So we exceeded Vegas expectations by 2 games last year. And we won exactly what they said we would win in 2021. So all this, they said we weren't going to do this, and we did this with a shit roster. Like, man, say those narratives, please. Just win. I can't get happy just winning 5, 6, 7 games. All right, man, come on, bro. The name of the game is to win. We got 5 consecutive losing seasons. We are right now. We are a terrible franchise trying to get out this hole. You take away 16, 17, we done lost damn near 10 straight years, man, for real. You take away that Super Bowl glory that we had that one year. Been a long stretch of losing. 10 years losing. 10 years losing. And people wonder why fans complain. People wonder why fans speak out. Please. Please. But yeah, we take Drake London, number 8 in the draft. We take Drake, number 8. I ain't like that pick neither. I ain't like it neither. He took 2 consecutive pass catches in the top 8 of the draft. I ain't like that pick neither. I didn't like that one neither. Did not like that pick either. Didn't like that one. We start off a rebuild, a tight end, pass catcher, tight end at 4. A wide receiver at 8. And a quarterback taken in the 3rd round. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. You starting out the rebuild with a pass catching tight end at 4, a wide receiver at 8, and a 3rd round quarterback. And people be telling me Terry has already proven himself. How? Win 10 or 11 games this year. Then you can rightfully state that claim. Until then, what? And then last night, right? Let's get to last night, right? Last night, here we are drafting top 10 again. You know, we just call ourselves the top 10 birds. The top 10 birds, we always in the top 10 of the draft. The top 10 birds. So the top 10 birds, you know, we take a running back. We take an MFing running back. And I ain't, listen, nothing against Bijan. I think Bijan is a phenomenal player. In fact, I think I jinxed us. Because my ass, regardless of what y'all see, my ass was one of the first ones talking about Bijan. You know, I'm gonna subtly pat myself on the back a little bit. Because I was starting talking about him in our ABG group back in 2021. Back when didn't nobody even know how to pronounce his name. I was talking about Bijan. Posting him in the group. Didn't nobody even know his name. When nobody even really conversing on them posts because didn't nobody know who he was. But I was sitting there putting that stuff in the atmosphere. Well, yeah, we need to draft Bijan Robinson. We need to draft Bijan Robinson. I was saying that. And the reason I got on him so early because I played running back when I played ball. So I pay special attention to running backs. That everybody who watches football, you normally have a position you pay more attention to than others. My position is running back. That's the position I pay more attention to the others. Because again, I played the position. You know, just like I was on the stream with Coach last night. Coach said, look, I don't even really like offense. I like defense. So Coach pays more attention to, I'm sure, some position on defense. You got some people that they just sit there and they watch the cornerbacks. They sit there and they just watch AJ Terrell. You got some people, they just sit there and watch the linebackers. I got one of my best boys. He played pro football for the Cowboys. I don't think he do is watch D-line when he watch football. He don't even got a favorite team. He said, Jones, I just watch the game and watch the D-lineman. That's the only reason I watch the game, because that's what I played. There are some guys that don't do nothing but watch the offensive line, the guards and the tackles. There is somebody that watch football and they just sit there and watch the center all game long. Believe it or not, there is some people out there that just sit there and they watch the field goal kicker because they used to play kicker. So every position on the field, there is somebody watching that position. So I'm sitting out, I came across Bijan one day, was sitting here watching. I'm like, who is this? This boy nice. Who the fuck is that? Bijan? Boy, that dude. True. That dude, true. That dude, boy, we should get him in Atlanta. That's what I was saying 2 years ago. But now that the reality that the struck, I'm like, damn. But not at 8, though. I wanted him, but not at 8. Not that the value ain't there, man. The value ain't there. This is a passing league now, man. This is a passing league. You watch the Super Bowl, you watch quarterbacks like Mahomes and and Jalen Hurts. You watch elite quarterback play now. The NFL owners, they have manufactured their sport National Football League, where the quarterback is going to be the lone superstar. He's going to be the lead actor in his movie. There's really no supporting actor. It's just the quarterback is the lead actor. So they set up the movie for the quarterback. They say, you know what? We're going to change all these rules to make the quarterback more successful, to help the quarterback throw more touchdowns, to help the quarterback throw more yards. You know what? You can't even touch this quarterback no more, defender. We ain't really saying it, but we kind of want it to be two-hand touch when it comes to the quarterback. Ask Grady Jarrett what happened when you sacked Tom Brady. We're going to throw a flag on you, big boy. Don't touch Brady again. You're not qualified to touch Tom. That's just what it is. You're not Grady Jarrett. Hey, they may think you the shit in Atlanta, but you ain't qualified to touch Tom. So you do it again, we're going to fine you. Well, in fact, we did fine you. We're going to double the fine next time you try to sack Tom Brady. You ain't qualified, bro. Don't do it again. Well, we can care less about y'all losing the game, but don't touch Tom. So the owners, they manufactured, manipulated the league to be a quarterback league. And as we see every single year, they're fine giving out these quarterbacks contracts, 230 mil, 240 mil, 250 mil. Lamar just got 260 mil. It's a quarterback game. Is the running back era is gone. The Emmitt Smith era and all that, the Tony Dorsett era, all that stuff gone. Franco Harris, that stuff is gone. That era of football gone. That Bruiser Brody football, that stuff don't exist no more. Bro, it's all about these elite QBs, dog. It's all about Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert. That's what we own. And the NFL said, you know what? After we done paid out these all these lawsuits that's been filed on us, we're gonna put measures in to try to, they say, to try to better protect the players' health. But at the same time, we're gonna just manipulate this and make it an offensive league specifically for the quarterback to succeed. They're not putting anything in special for the running back. But that's the Falcons' game plan. Well, we're gonna run the ball. These teams don't give a fuck that we're gonna run the ball. They could give a shit. Well, run the goddamn ball in Atlanta. You want Bijan Robinson? Here, get him. Take Bijan then. Shit, run the ball. We ain't gonna stop y'all. Y'all 30 years behind. So y'all want to run the ball finally? There you go. Run the ball. Run it. We're going to make that frail little quarterback y'all that got in the third round beat us passing this year. Run the damn ball. Bijan, yeah, get Rookie of the Year. You still ain't going to win more than 9 games. So run the ball, Atlanta. We're going to make this little third round that y'all done got from Cincinnati beat us throwing the ball. Since y'all want to run the ball 60% of the time, even though you take a pass catch tight end, you take a wide receiver in consecutive drafts. But you want to run the ball. Make the shit make sense. Make it make sense. You take a pass catching tight end and a wide receiver, and now you want to run the ball. So Kyle Pitts gonna come to year 3 as my generation of My Little Pony, Hercules, Stallion, Unicorn, whatever the hell y'all call him. 3rd year, he gonna be another decoy. It sounds like it's gonna be Bijan's offense now. That would have sounded like it about to be Bijan's offense. But we're gonna be running the ball. And these teams with these stud quarterbacks are looking at us like, Polo Falcons, they just don't get it. Look, the Dirty Birds, they just never learn. They always so far behind. They just don't get it. They can have this running back. Hey, and speaking of running backs in the draft, you know what's so fucking funny to me, y'all? Do y'all know what's so fucking funny to me? Let me scroll down and look at the comments real quick. My bad, y'all. I've been going off on a rant. I ain't been looking at the comment section, so my bad. But I'm looking at y'all help your boy out, right? Okay, help your boy out. Because y'all see, I'm on one today. Like I said, this is my grace period. I go back into being a fanboy later on. But right now, I'm banging. So, y'all help me out. Of course, the Falcons drafted Bijan Robinson at number 8. Who else drafted a running back? You know, y'all help me out. I'm looking at the comments right now. Who else drafted a running back in the first round? We're about to do a social experiment right here on live, Friday at 5:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which other team drafted a running back in the first round last night? We're gonna do a social experiment right now. Help your boy out. Other than the Falcons, who else drafted a running back last night? So y'all help me out. Who else took a running back? Let's see. Let's look at the comments. David says Detroit. Antoine says Detroit. Facebook user says the Lions. Jimmy says the Detroit. False Star said the Lions. Frankie said Detroit. Russell says Detroit. Bingo. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly ended the social experiment early. The fucking Falcons and the fucking Lions. Two teams that been here forever, over 100 years combined. The Lions and the Falcons are the two teams to take running backs in the first round, high in the first round. The two teams who coincidentally don't have a fucking Super Bowl. There you go. There you go, right there. The Lions and the Falcons. Now, I know I'm talking to a bunch of Falcons fans, but y'all keep it real. How many other NFL teams do you think are following anything the Lions and the Falcons do in regards to a blueprint? Who following us? You think the Chiefs looking at us saying, well, we're going to do this because the Falcons did it? You think the Eagles looking at us saying, well, we're going to do this because the Falcons do it? You think the Patriots are looking at the Lions and we're going to do this because the Lions did it? You think the Packers are looking at the Lions and say, yeah, the Lions did it, so we need to do it? So the two teams who are ringless are taking running backs in the first fucking round. Make it make sense. Stop being a fanboy and a fangirl for a moment and just look at it for what it is. Make it make sense. The Falcons and the Lions are the two teams who are notoriously bad, who are consistently bad. It'll be different if these are teams who go to the playoffs a lot, and then, you know, we may have a down 1 or 2 years, but we get right back into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody like the Ravens, you know, the Ravens, they may have a down year 1 or 2 years, but they always back in the playoffs, and they'll slip a Super Bowl in on you every 10 years. You dig what I'm saying? But we are two teams who are consistently bad. The Falcons and the Lions. The two teams who took a running back high in the first round. The Falcons and the Lions. Everybody look at us. Look at the Falcons. Look at the Lions. That's why they suck all the time. A running back at 8. And what really disappointed me about it is the Falcons. The Falcons finally did it right for once. They found them a 5th round gem in Tyler Algier, man. They were paying him peanuts. Tyler Algier probably don't even make $1 million a year, but he giving you first round production. That's what you're supposed to do in a hard cap league. We're probably gonna go and sign Bijan to $30 million fully guaranteed, $35 million fully guaranteed. He's probably gonna put up the same numbers that Tyler Algier put up last year, making $4 million on a 4-year contract. Bijan probably gonna have the same numbers Algier did last year. But the difference is one's gonna have a $30 million contract, the other was on a $4 million contract. The name of the game is value. What you get from the value. You don't want to. If I can get somebody and I'm paying them $800,000 a year and they can give me first round production, I win. You that's what you want to do on your roster. Took a running back at 8. Took a running back at 8. One of the top rushing teams in the league, right? We took a running back at 8. man. But hopefully they make a lot of naysayers like me eat crow, which I will happily do. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, like, I'm like right now, I'm really not really very confident in the way things are being done with the new administration. I like them personally. You know, I like to listen to them talk about football, but I don't like the major moves that are being made. I don't like how the top half of the draft is being handled. I didn't like drafting Kyle Pitts at 4 when everybody knew we needed a quarterback at the time. But the Matt Ryan fanatics, we didn't never want to see him leave. Everybody knew it was time to draft the quarterback and sit him behind Matt for a year. Instead of taking a pass catching tight end who you eventually turn to a decoy, and now you got to try to find a way to undecoy him. That's another word. Now you got to try to find a way to undecoy him, and also justify taking Bijan at 8 this year. And also you got to, and Bijan gonna have to keep Tyler Algier off his ass. You think Tyler Algier gonna just let you come here and you just gonna take my carries, dog? You just gonna, oh, okay. So the Falcons think they're gonna chump me off? You just gonna come in here, you gonna take my carries? I just saw the record. So Bijan gonna have to keep Tyler. It's like it's all kind of stuff going on, man. All kind of stuff going on, man. But we take a running back at 8, man. Like I say, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I done paid my dues with this team. Them days of me just acting like I don't see them making what I perceive as bad decisions, those days are over. When I see the Falcons doing BS, I'm gonna say, man, that's some BS, bro. That don't mean I'm any less of a fan than anybody else in, but I'm gonna call it like I see it. My last I do it every year. I do on live. I do a yearly prediction of what I think our record gonna be, which I'm gonna do this year also later on. 2021, I predict we'd be 8-9. We went 7-10. People lit me up for that. Last year, I predicted we'd go 7-10. We went 7-10. Now, once they get through drafting and the free agency period go ahead and fizzle itself out, I'm gonna make another prediction. And if I feel like, and from what I see and I gather, I feel like we're another losing team, I'm gonna come and tell y'all that straight up. And I'm still gonna be one of the most diehard Falcons fans you know. But I'm not finna sit here and be lying to myself and lying to y'all just to try to be on the internet the world's best Falcons fan. I don't give a shit about all that, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 when it comes to this team. I've been messing with them too long. I went through my phases of when I was just delusional. When I was just totally delusional about the Falcons and every move they made was always the right move. And then and that's like I say, fan shaming. People try to fan shame you. You know, when you speak out against the stuff the team do wrong, but the team always losing. The team is always losing. Yeah, y'all can say, well, you being a bad fan. How am I being a bad fan? Because I'm telling the truth. The team always losing. If you've been a fan of this team long enough, you know they always losing. So how in the world everything they do is the right move? And we are bad fans because we don't mind saying that. Oh, I'm a bad fan because I don't like to be Bijan pick. No, I don't like picking no damn running back at damn 8. We just was an elite Russia team last year. The fuck? Why am I gonna be happy for that? For ain't no running backs leading no team in no Super Bowl. You better go try to find you the next Pat Mahomes or the next Josh Allen, the next Jalen Hurts. Stop trying to hide this third round quarterback that you done got and don't nobody know if he can ball or not. Yeah, like that's what people telling me. Like, well, we gotta protect Ritter. What the fuck you need to protect Ritter for? If he can ball, he can ball. Do you ever hear anybody say, well, we gotta protect the real good quarterbacks? No, because they can ball. If you can ball, you can ball. You ain't gotta worry about protecting nobody. Hell, I always thought you protect the quarterbacks by drafting linemen. I didn't think you protect the quarterbacks by drafting running backs. That's new fucking news to me. Now, if you went out there and said, yeah, we had to go get Skornowski. Yeah, tight, but we went and got Skornowski. We had to protect Ritter. Okay, I think you're using the correct context protect at that point. But how are you protecting Ritter with Drake London and Bijan? To me, it seemed like you're trying to hide Ritter. That's what it seemed like to me. You trying to hide Ritter. Don't say we trying to protect Ritter. Say, dog, we trying to hide Ritter. We're trying to hide the fact that we done had the keys to the car to a third round draft pick and don't nobody know if he can ball or not. And don't nobody know if he can ball or not. Somebody wrote, here we go. The oldest reply in the fucking book. I'm going to put you on the Jumbotron, Georgia, Texas. Boy, I got love for you. Joe Montana got drafted in the third round. No fucking shit. No shit. Were you born when Joe Montana got drafted? Were you even born? Were you conceived? Had you came out of your father's nuts when Joe Montana got drafted? If you had noticed by now, football has changed. Football has changed. I just spent 10 minutes saying the rules have changed. The league has been manipulated. No shit, Joe Montana got drafted in the third round. No fucking shit, bro. No shit. No shit. Atlanta Falcons fan, man, you sound crazy, Tyler. How do I sound crazy? Because I'm not here gooshing. Oh, wow. Ritter is going to be the next Joe Montana. Bijan is going to be the next Barry Sanders. Listen, y'all can be those fans. Y'all can be those fans. I'm going to keep it a brick with you. When people start talking about with Joe Montana and Tom Brady, y'all motherfuckers weren't even born during them times. Football has changed since then. There ain't gonna never be another Tom Brady. That's a once in a lifetime thing. If it was that easy to find the next Tom Brady, you'd have found one by now. If it was that easy to find another Joe Montana in the third round, you'd have found one by now. Y'all know how many third round draft picks have actually failed since Joe Montana? Ritter was a winner in college. Give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna support Ritter. He gonna have my 100% wholehearted support. But as of right now, I'm gonna talk my shit, brother. I'm not gonna come on here being a cheerleader. That ain't me. That ain't my personality. I told you my days and my years of just being a delusional Falcon fan. That's over with. That's over with. When I went out there to Houston and I watched them boys lose that 28-3 lead, my perspective of the team changed on how I analyze them. My perspective of the team changed on how I analyze them. I'm going to analyze them as if I'm not a fan of the team. Because when you start doing your analysis and you be stuck in your fanboy mode, it clouds your judgment. You think everybody on the team is great. Somebody talking about Joe Montana. Well, you really think Desmond Ridder gonna blossom into the next Joe Montana? Just by him mentioning Joe Montana, let me know something. You really think Ridder gonna blossom and be the next Joe Montana? Is that what you telling me? You know how many the first half failed, bro. You making a sorry case. Georgia, Texas, boy. I ask you respectfully. Which round do you think has a higher success rate in NFL football? First round quarterbacks or third round quarterbacks? I asked you that respectfully, and I had to make a point to change my tone so I don't come out being condescending. But who do you think has a higher success rate? First round quarterbacks or third round quarterbacks? I'll wait on your answer. I'll wait on your answer. Millie Mill said, you keeping it real tight, ain't nothing wrong with it. Get that shit up off your chest, bro. Tell fans the real motherfuckers don't like it, but it's one. Millie, that's all it is, bro. That's all it is. And I'm realizing like some of these guys ain't just had no barbershop conversation, bro. This is a barbershop conversation. And some of these guys ain't just had no real deal, hole in the wall barbershop conversation. When you got air conditioner sticking out the window, ain't no central heat in there now. You got a window unit in the summertime. A lot of these guys just ain't never had no barbershop conversation. And that's just who it is. So when somebody come at you with a brash, just keeping a real approach about their team, our team, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, look at Joe Montana. Oh, look at Tom Brady. Look at the thousands of quarterbacks who failed in the third round after them. The thousands who failed in the sixth and the seventh round after them. Facebook, you said, don't let that dude run your blood pressure up. You're right, man. I need to relight my cigar. Man. I need to relight my cigar. My dog Larry from the Dixon, y'all make sure to subscribe to my boy channel, man. Click on the link. Him and his wife, they put out excellent content. Run the comments up, run the likes up. Larry says, Tyler Bijan was drafted to be the face of the Falcons. This was a marketing pick more than a football pick. Possibly, man. I'll be honest, y'all. I wish they would have marketed a new quarterback in here at some time. One that they invested a first round pick in. I wish they would have. But you might be right, bro. You might be right. Might be, might be a guy here to sell tickets. Even though, don't get it twisted, I do think he's a damn good football player. I really do. I think he's a damn good football player. Do I think he's gonna be successful in Atlanta? Yeah, I do. And as we looked at earlier, all the running backs here were proficient. So him being very talented, I think he's going to do great here as well. But that's the system here now in place. That's our offensive line here in place. Hey, it's going to work for him. It's worked for everybody else who touched the ball last year, man. They were very efficient running the football. So yeah, I think Bijan going to do well out here also. But it's a running back. It's a running back. We might get 3-5 great prime years out of him, and then history says he's gonna fall off the map, or we're gonna let him go in free agency or trade him because we ain't gonna be able to afford it. We ain't gonna be able to pay him 12, 13, 14, 15, $16 million a year on his second year contract, which he's probably gonna want if he becomes somebody. The running back, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Russell says these dudes ain't too smart to say it. You're right, bro. You're right. You're right. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. My dog Bubba in the building. What's up with you, bro? Says I sure wish Arthur Smith hired a legit offensive coordinator. I'm tired of the 7 plays he got on that wrist. He need to add at least 3 more so he can throw the ball this year. Like I say, man, you took Kyle Pitts at 4. My little pony, I be forgetting what you call that guy. My generational unicorn tight end pass catcher. But you take him at 4, you take the champagne pop at 8, and now you running the ball. Now you telling everybody we're gonna run the ball. Like, well, why the fuck you draft them guys then? If you want to be a running team, cool. But why you drafting pass catchers in prime real estate? Draft capital. Why are you spending that kind of draft capital for pass catchers? It's crazy. But these are the Falcons, man. This is my team. This is the team I love, man. That's why I be so passionate about them. The team, I want to see these boys do good, man. I want to see them win. I want to see them raise the Lombardi while I'm still here. I'm still young enough to enjoy it. But I ain't going to sit here and pacify them. Those days are over. Trust me. People who know me long enough, they know I used to be like some of y'all. I used to be a pacifier. I used to be a coddler. They could do no wrong. I wouldn't go criticize nobody because that was my team and I love my team. Don't say that bad about my team. But I'm telling y'all, get my heart broke in person. Enough time by that same team changed the way I do my analysis on that team. Watching their biggest choke jobs in person changed the way I analyzed that team. You know what I'm saying? It did. It changed it. So that's what y'all get now. So when I come here to bang, that's what you get. I didn't used to be like that. I used to tell everybody, man, Matt Ryan, top 3 quarterback in the league, man. Falcons, we best team. Like everybody on our team all pro. Every draft pick we make is the right pick. Don't question nothing the Falcons do. Who are you? You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You don't know football. You don't know football. But after year after year of losing, winning, losing. I had to start being real. I had to start being real with myself and how I do my analysis. It don't make me no less, no more fan than y'all are. But I'm just not finna act like they the best thing since Red Velvet Cake. When I know we have problems, when I know we have issues, I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna call it out. And I still love them to death. Y'all will still catch me at the Benz this year. You walk up on me, I'll buy you a beer. Still love them. But I'm gonna keep it real about them. You know, that's just what it is. Georgia Texas boy says, same here, bro. Very passionate about it. That's all you see from me, bro. Like I said, this is a barbershop conversation, dog. This ain't nothing but a barbershop conversation. That's all it is, a barbershop conversation. Lisa's in the building. Lisa went to the draft, y'all. Also, she got some exclusive content. Lisa says, we win some of those games we lost last season because of it. Left too many points on the board. We definitely did. Couldn't throw the ball. You know. Lisa, we're a running team now. Well, we couldn't throw the ball. So I hope Kyle Pitts and Drake London working on their downfield blocking techniques. They may need to call up Lindstrom and McGarry get their blocking in order. Because it looked like Arthur Smith about to turn these boys to some blockers down the field. So, hey, we'll see how it goes, man. I don't recall no time in recent memory that teams won Super Bowls because, the rushing attack led them to victory. Normally, it's going to be the quarterback that lead them to victories. But we're going to see how it goes, man. We're going to see. But y'all know, hey, man, appreciate the time, man. Appreciate the time. I had to come here and get it off my chest about that pick. When the time come for those that are in doubt, when the time come, I'm gonna be riding for these Falcons and I'm gonna be riding for Bijan. No other fan base is gonna be able to say nothing bad about neither one of them. But when I talk among family, I like to put everything on the table. That's it. Period. That's all it be. But we got the rest of the draft tonight. I'm hoping to see a cornerback drafted by us, maybe even another linebacker. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I wasn't impressed by Troy Anderson, and we'll see. We'll see, but we'll chop it up, man. We're gonna see what we do tonight. Hopefully the Falcons don't piss me off again. I'm telling you, I was hot. I was hot last night, man. I was hot. Like a running back, man. Come on, y'all. But man, I appreciate y'all time, man. Appreciate the dialogue, and I always appreciate y'all allowing me to go on one of my infamous rants, man. I appreciate that. Y'all let me come here and y'all let me rant. I appreciate that. Sometimes I just be needing to rant about this team. So I thank y'all very much for allowing another infamous rant. At the end of the day, go Falcons. I'll see y'all the next time I see y'all. Peace.